So this is my Rover 75 2-litre diesel, which is now up for sale. It's covered 99,000 miles. I bought it from an old boy in October 23 who gave up driving, who had it since about 6 months old. It was off the road for 6 months at the end of 23 to March 24, whilst I'd done a few jobs, and I put it back on the road at the end of February 2024. Now we are May 26. I've been offered a pre-project drive 2-litre V6 barn find since 2015. It's been in storage since 2015 with 50,000 miles on the clock, so I've decided to go for that one. I can't justify keeping 2 cars on the road, which, to be honest, I hardly ever use. Tax, insurance, all the rest of it. I'd classify my car as a 10-footer. It looks great from 10 feet away. Now, the previous owner must have taken it through car washes, auto car washes, because there are scuffs on the bonnet which you can't really see when it's clean. It's a bit dirty at the moment, it still doesn't show up too well. Scuffs on the bonnet, the roof, and the boot lid, which you can probably see now the sun has caught them, but depending where you stand you can't notice them as bad, but the boot is, you can notice it, but when it's cleaned and polished it doesn't look too bad. There's been sealant put around the rear window just as a precaution. There's no leaks in the boot. I've replaced the rear light gaskets. No leaks at all, still on the original plates. When I put the car back on the road, March or February 24, I had 4 brand new all-season tyres. Being that I've only covered sort of 5,000 miles, they're still pretty new. The seals have been patch welded in the past. There's a little bit of surface rust started to come through. That is just surface. The MOT man has said the underside of the car is very solid. The only thing that he's put on there as an advisory is the rear suspension arms. Both rear suspension arms are quite crusty. So he says for the next MOT, which is due in February 2027, he would suggest that those rear arms be replaced. So that's the only job that does need doing on this car, is the rear arms for the next MOT. But you've got a clear MOT up to the end of February 2027. I've put new calipers, new discs on the front. So you've got brand new discs, brand new calipers as of February 24. Also, if you know your Rover 75s, there's a much respected forum member who replaces the fan motor and the fan assembly in the radiator. And whilst the front bumper is off to do that job, all other niggly little jobs whilst it's off were done. So there are no warning lights on the dash. The air conditioning still doesn't work, unfortunately, because it does need a new condenser. A new condenser will fix the air conditioning and the air conditioning will run. The wheels are in pretty good shape. I say the bodywork from 10 feet away I think looks pretty good. Chrome cap mirrors which I fitted. Now the worst side, another patch repair. Again, there's a little bit of surface rust, that's just on the surface, so a little bit of time cleaning that up, wire brushing, take it back to bare metal, respray, will tidy that up nicely. Other than that, This is nearly a 25-year-old car. So this is a club spec. I've been offered the full spec on a 99 pre-project drive, so that's what I've decided to go for. Very clean interior. I've had the front seats out and given it a whole deep clean just before I recommissioned it last year. I fitted a Sony. I don't do those nasty cheap Amazon head units. I fitted a Sony. This will, if you plug your phone in, this will work with the Apple CarPlay. I've fitted good quality Vibe component speakers, so you've got a tweeter in the quarter, you've got a Vibe speaker in the door, same in the back. You've got Vibe coaxial speakers. Most importantly, the headlining is not sagging. Headlining is really good condition, really nice. I've fitted a front dash cam which is hardwired. Also, it has a rear dash cam as well. And obviously hands-free when you plug your phone in or Bluetooth, so there's no excuse for touching your phone. I've fitted new switch panels. There was an issue with the central locking originally when I bought it, and that was a module in an actuator in that door. So the central locking now works perfectly both on the key and from the button inside. 2 keys, again in nice condition. One will come with a Rover, not this one because this is an original. I'm keeping this one, but I will supply one of the keys with a Rover key ring. The car is warm. I have just come back from a run in the car, but it doesn't get used. It just sits on the driveway really for weeks and weeks on end. Always starts on the button. As you can see, the car's warm. Everything functions, temperature gauge functions as it should do. It's really smooth, sounds really smooth. Obviously I was offered if you know your Rover's a pre-project drive, a V registered car. So it's been sawned off the road and in a barn since 2015. One owner from new, been garaged all of its previous life with 54,000 miles on the clock. It's the 2-litre V6. I couldn't really care less about fuel consumption because in the time I've owned this car, today will be the 4th time I've put diesel in it, and I only put 20 quid in it. But it's the 4th time I've put diesel in it in, what, 14 months of ownership? When I say 14 months of ownership, that's the last 14 months of it being back on the road. So I'll just show you under the bonnet. I've replaced the auxiliary drive belt, and whilst the auxiliary drive belt was off, I've also replaced the air conditioning belt. So the air conditioning belt has been replaced, as has the auxiliary drive belt. I changed the gearbox oil last February, so new gearbox oil in the car, as well as the brake fluid was flushed and replaced. All it needs is just an oil and filter change now. It's due now, oil and filter. And maybe a job you could do is maybe flush the coolant. I don't know how old the coolant is. No issues. There's no red weld being ever put in there. It really does run very well. No issues at all. apologise for the noise of the main road. Massive boot. I'll leave you the subwoofer wired in. The sound system really does sound good. Apologise, the hoodie's been left in. It's nice and clean in the back. As I say, I took the front seats out and gave it a real deep clean when it was off the road. That headliner is perfect. This is a good everyday classic. I say it's a 10-footer, so on close inspection it's not immaculate on the exterior paintwork wise, but it's a very reliable, very fuel efficient, usable daily classic is what I describe it as, a daily classic. Not the top spec, but it's been looked after. A future owner, just have those rear arms done, and you'll have many years of trouble-free Rover 75 ownership. Julian, or Jules, the guy who did the fan motor for me, said that it is a very good example. He couldn't see any other issues apart from those rear arms being crusty. My MOT man said the same. So for the price of 2 new rear arms next year in February for the new MOT, you've got yourself a pretty decent everyday classic car. It could benefit for some new door card clips. Which are available on eBay. As I say, I would have kept it. I was planning on keeping both the cars when the next one arrives. I just can't justify 2 lots of tax and all the rest of it just to keep both on the road for vehicles that I just don't use. I've got a company car, got a motorhome, partner's car, and most of the time I use my legs, the bus and the train. So this car doesn't get used for sort of short journeys.